Welcome to the Academic Framework Module 1A. Our topic for today is genre. When we think about genre, we often think about text forms like romance, science fiction, or adventure. Indeed, genre is a type of text, and in the academic world, we can add it is a type of text that has a distinctive form and content. So for instance, a recipe or a science lab would be considered procedural text. There are approximately 7 types of genre used in academic settings across subject areas. So why teach about genre? By explicitly teaching about genre, we are equipping our students with strategies and structures necessary to comprehend and use language in a variety of academic settings. If a student knows that the second part of a recipe or a science lab is the ingredients, then they can better comprehend that text and they can more accurately create a lab or a recipe if asked to do so. This in turn leads to independence. Our ELLs might not understand the whole text, but they will be well on their way to doing so when they understand the parts or the structure of texts. But where does this fit in our ELL framework for academic literacy? Let's take a look at our house graphic and find out. The foundational piece is always getting to know our students, their home language, their prior schooling, their experiences. And we build on that with background knowledge and vocabulary instruction. Oral language is also very important as a foundational piece. Then we have our pillars: register, grammar, and genre. And finally, no house is complete without a roof: assessment. Here is an example of a procedural text: how to make a great ELL teacher. Please take a moment and identify the structure or the parts of a procedural text. Here is a hint. You will find the words that you need in the red circle. You might want to pause the video now. In a classroom setting, you might do this as a whole class using the I do, we do, you do model. You, as the teacher, might lead this lesson and point out the parts of a procedural text to your class. Using the I do, we do, you do strategy, this might be your next step. You have already shown them as a teacher the parts of a procedural text. Now, together as a class or in partners, students can fill in this graphic organizer outlining the different parts of the procedural text. We continue our deconstruction of the procedural text with the sequence of steps or method and the evaluation or conclusion. Have students fill in this part of the graphic organizer as well. As you work on procedural text with your students, don't forget some of the grammatical considerations. You can embed some of this instruction in your instruction about procedural text. Some of the grammatical features of procedural text include the imperative, connector words, and complex sentences. Now we are at the you do portion of the lesson. As a teacher, you might try to create your own procedural text about how to engage your English language learners. For your students, perhaps the topic is how to be a great student or how to have a great school. No matter what you choose, have fun playing with genre in your classes. And stay tuned. The next video on recount text will be coming soon.